Alrighty. We are ready to make this happen. Alrighty. Okay. Welcome, folks. Tanya Today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zecher Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and pleasure to share with you the Tanya. We welcome Michael in Germany. And John in North Carolina. Welcome. Liba and Vidar with us. All the way in New York. Good morning. Eugenia in Calgary. Good Ner Shabbos. Mark is with us in Santa Rosa, California. Lisa. Welcome. Elise is in West Virginia, while Diane is in Arizona. Eddie in Washington State, good morning. Cindy in Florida is with us. Joseph is in New Jersey. How do I stay and don't lose? New person comes in. Cindy in Florida, welcome. Tony's with us in Costa Rica. Welcome back. Natalie in Massachusetts, but a New Yorker. Daphne in South Carolina, welcome. Julia is in Pennsylvania with us. And Tim in Texas, Boker Tov. David is in California. Ellie in Brazil. Lindsay in the UK. And Deborah is in Kitchener, Ontario. We have with us Batya and Michael and Shalom. Yenta Della Benta. Rachel in South Carolina. Bruce Grant, Acoy, Peru. Well, Laurie is in North Carolina with us. Beautiful. Okay, folks. We conclude today's, in today, the 6th essay. The Talmud on King David's actions after defeating the Philistines, or at least retrieving the Ark of the Covenant that they had taken. Mistakenly, it was put on a wagon rather than being carried on the shoulders of the Levites. He had forgotten in the moment. So Talmud says the reason why he forgot is because he did something wrong. He would refer, or at least in an instance, he would refer to the Torah as a song of God that animates the world, that gives life. And for that, he got punished to forget. So, first of all, what's so wrong Torah animates the world. And as we learned, a dictu kal, a simple exactingness in Jewish law, will make a difference whether what we do creates a union, male and female, above of the divine that brings a new light, a new life into this world, into our world. And this is bring new life. So if you don't do the mitzvah properly, you don't create that union, you don't bring down the light into this world. And that's what he was praising God in time of difficulty, that life and everything is dependent on the mitzvahs that we do. For that he gets punished. Why? Again, the sage in the Talmud reprove him, saying, you call them songs, that you refer them to them as merely vitality? So, the Rebbe explains, because that aspect of the Torah is the hind part, the externality of Torah, is that it gives life to the world. That is what we call the noivlis chochmah, the withered vestige of supernal wisdom, as the Arizal explains, based on the sages. Meaning, it's the external aspect of Torah is that it gives life, but the innermost core and the depth of God's supernal thought, his supernal wisdom, the innermost core is the fact that the Torah is utterly fused with the infinite of God, the Ein Sof. And it's a perfect unity with God. That is its true inner core. Now, relative to the essence of God, the Ein Sof, the limitlessness of God, nothing else exists. Everything is non-existent. There is just but God. As God was before he created the world, he is so after he creates the world. In other words, there is no change in him. There's no account to anything. Right? Therefore, the internal aspect of Torah, being totally bound up with God, there's nothing to laud it, to say, oh, it gives life to the world. Yeah, but before the essence of God, there is no world. All there is but him. The world is not an extra thing for him to engage in, to involve himself with, to give life. No, there's nothing but him. It's a part of him, right? Therefore, on this level, we don't experience the way Torah is, so to speak, to God. It becomes his heartfelt delight. It becomes, so to speak, like the king's pleasure, that only God understands and knows and appreciates and gets. It's, as he says in the Torah, that my face you will not see, meaning my inwardness you will not experience. Not that we don't experience that. So what do we experience is what King David said. The Torah gives life. Look, you're all here learning. Why are you learning? I mean, one of the reasons is because the Torah that we're learning gives you life. Gives you life. So it gives you life in spirit. The reason why it gives you life in spirit, because in fact it is the source of life. In a literal sense. In a literal sense. Not just in the spirit. But that's the external part of Torah. And life of the world, relative to God, is nothing. Because, hey, the essence of God, the infinite of God, there's nothing but him. Right? This is concealed to us. This is something we don't experience. right? And therefore, it says in the verse that I was a delight unto him, meaning the Torah is a delight unto God, specifically unto God, not unto me, because this level of the Torah is that it's unified and just one with God, period, right? It's like God's delight, his toy, if you will. I don't know if it's a good word to use, but you understand, right? Before him, the inwardness of Torah is something that he gets, he experiences, and appreciates. That's beyond us. Now, this sublime level of the Torah, that it's God's delight, actually, even though it's God's delight, comes down and nurtures the souls of the Jewish people. The Midrash says that the innermost level of Torah that we're talking about, right, was an amen for him, meaning it was one that nurtured him. So that the sages say, don't call it as it nurtured him. She's going to leave me the car, she said.
She can't leave.
I just need 2 minutes, I'm finished. Okay, no, so go. So go Simcha. It was an amen. It was so don't read it as amen. Read it as amen, as he nurtures. So this level of the Torah nurtures the souls of the Jewish people. So the hinder part of Torah gives life to all of creation. The innermost level.
She's gonna leave it.
Okay. Sorry, folks. The innermost brings delight. Nurtures the souls of the Jewish people. So we have two aspects of Torah, right? The external and the internal. The external we can experience. The internal we don't experience. It's a delight to God, but yet it does nurture the souls of the Jewish people. Right. Now, with this, then, we can understand the following. The Ark of the Covenant that had the tablets in it. The tablets did the front and the back. Well, there was no front and the back to the tablets, because the tablets there, front and back means internal, external, inward, outward. There was no front and back to the tablets, right? Whatever you read on the front side, you turn it around on the back side, even though it was carved as it was miraculous, you read it the other way. Yes. Okay. And therefore, the tablets didn't have a front and back. They were only the front, meaning the only internal aspect of the Torah as it is in the Ark of the Covenant, and therefore it had to be carried on the shoulders. That we, as humans, as the Jew who carried it, the Levites would carry it, have to understand that the shoulder that connects the front to the back, there is no backside. Make your back the front. And therefore, when do you forget something? And as King David did, is when there's a backside to something. Because that means it's not internalized. It's not the front. It's not from within. And therefore, he gets punished to forget this particular law, because he referred to the Torah as its backside, meaning that it gives life to all of humanity. And with that, I must conclude and say, good Shabbos, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. You must try. Thank you.